Let's say that you want to sell high ticket affiliate products, because all it really takes is 1 or 2 sales per month and you'll be pretty much set for the rest of the month. You heard that one of the best ways to sell high ticket affiliate products is with a webinar. So you begin to set your webinar up. You create a hype around it. You get people interested in it. However, before the date of your webinar, only something like 26 people sign up to attend your webinar. And out of those 26 people, only 13 people show up. That's about 50%, which is a good number. After the webinar is over, you notice that you haven't made any sales. However, you know that this method works because this method was given to you by one of your favorite entrepreneurs. So you go and you attempt this method 3 more times, each with similar results. You start asking yourself, how can I get more people to attend my webinars? I mean, getting more people to attend your webinars would actually increase the chances of you making a sale, right? What if I told you that that's not actually the question you should be asking yourself? What you should be asking yourself is a webinar actually right for the product that I'm promoting? Or more importantly, right for the issue or the problem that I'm trying to solve? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about in today's video. What's up guys, Stephen Horn here, affiliate marketer and online entrepreneur, and in today's video we're going to talk about whether or not you actually need a webinar in order to sell your high ticket products. More importantly, we're going to talk about a few alternatives to selling high ticket products without using a webinar. To begin to answer this question, we need to understand what webinars are used for. Webinars are these little sessions that can last anywhere between 30 minutes to 2 hours with the sole purpose of giving as much value to your ideal customer as possible to prepare them to get ready to buy a product or service that you are promoting. Now, the idea is to set up a date later on down the road where you and your customers can have a live event over the internet from the comforts of everyone home, or you might actually set up a stage where you give out the webinar but everyone else is at home, in order for your customers to receive the value with the additional bonus of being able to ask you questions that they might not get answered anywhere else, which also might give you ideas for content later on down the future. Just a little side hint. But this actually leads to the very first question on whether or not you actually need a webinar in order to promote your products or services to your customer. And that question is, how fast do your customers need their issue or their problem to be solved? For a moment, let's imagine that our audience is a group of people looking for a way to get rid of some sort of pain, physical pain. And for this example, let's say shooting leg pain. Now, for a second, imagine that you know some sort of secret that'll help relieve that pain. However, your next webinar isn't until 2 weeks down the road. It's a little cruel to ask them to wait 2 weeks in order to learn the secret that can get rid of the pain that they're having now, wouldn't you say? In situations like this where people are in tremendous amount of pain now and they need the answer now, it's best not to go the webinar route. It might be better if you do like a lead magnet or a paid opt-in. So now that we've covered the urgency, let's talk about a few things that you can do with the information that you would have used in the webinar before in order to give it to them in order to quickly solve their problem. So one of the things that you can do is you can take the idea or everything that you was going to teach them in the webinar and you can give it to them as a free download ebook or as a free video training, just something for free that they can opt in very fast and get it within a few moments. And so using the example that we've already set up, let's say that what you're giving them is like a 5-minute exercise they can do with their leg in order to relieve some of that pain. Something else that you can do is put it behind a paid program, something like a $15 program, or well, actually something around the price of $7 to $15. You want to make it low ticket so that people will be willing to come in. Or you can even break down the webinar and put a section of the webinar as a low ticket product. Now, this is what we call a front end of a sales funnel, which can quickly lead to what is known as the back end of a sales funnel. For the back end, where you're trying to promote the high ticket product, you can actually schedule people for a sales call. So in a situation like this, the front end is the lead magnet or the low ticket offer, and the back end is the sales call. So the front end quickly solves the issue or the problem that they're having in this situation, the lead pain, and on the back end, you can set up a sales call in order to try to close them to buy the high ticket product. Whether or not you need a webinar is going to depend on how fast your customers need their problem solved. If they need it solved immediately, then you want to opt out of a webinar for something like a lead magnet or a low ticket item. If they don't need their problem solved immediately and can actually wait to have that sort of environment where you can kind of get them even more prepped for to buy a high ticket product by giving them more value in answering questions that they may have that may not get answered anywhere else, then yes, a webinar is the right path to go. Now, another alternative that you can try is to try to get them inside of your membership area, or however you're delivering the first piece of information to them. Say for instance, you go about doing what we said in the first half for the first end. Now you have their name and email, their contact information, and now in order to get their freebie or their low ticket item, they have to opt into a membership area. You can leave a little tab somewhere in the membership area, a little call to action that says something along the lines of learn this weird little secret to, and then you plug in the solution or the problem that they're trying to solve. If it's a product that somebody can use, then you can use the call to action that fits the sort of the line of get the exact product that I use to solve problem X. This works really well because you're no longer giving people just something like information, which you can find just about anywhere online. What you're doing is you're referring people to a product or service that can actually solve their problem. By taking one of the routes that we talked about today, you'll not only get more traffic and more opt-ins, but you'll also increase the chances of you actually selling a high ticket product.